The dominant view of menstruation has come from overseas. So when Aotearoa was colonised, people from the United States and particularly from England came over with their own ideas of what periods were all about. And unfortunately that has overtaken Indigenous views of periods here in Aotearoa. You know, the first period products were developed from wartime medical supplies, and that really set the tone for thinking about periods in a really harmful way and thinking about, oh, well, if I have my period, then I'm limited in some way, or it's something that I really need to be worried about. And so things like that really has influenced how we think about periods today. From a young person's perspective, I think when we talk about inclusivity and periods, what we're really talking about is acknowledging the diverse range of experiences that people have when they menstruate. From people like being like, yeah, I feel super awesome when I have my period and I'm happy to acknowledge that, through to some people, particularly in the rainbow community, who don't feel so awesome about having a period because of the association that it has with gender and the way that society has just said this is a woman's issue and they might not associate with it in the same way. To make things more inclusive, we can start to be approaching conversations that we have about periods from a really curious perspective. So learning about different cultures and the ways that they might have traditionally practiced or looked after themselves when they had their period, or practices or rituals that they might have used to celebrate a person's first period, learning about gender diverse experiences of periods, and what that requires from us is to be really good listeners. The ways that we can change the way that we talk about periods, there are some really simple things we can do. We can change the way that we refer to periods, so people who menstruate rather than just girls or women who menstruate. We can also talk about period products just like that, so rather than call them feminine hygiene products or sanitary items, which kind of implies something that's dirty that needs to be cleaned up, and sure, period blood needs to be managed, but them of themselves is not dirty. So it's much better that we refer to products as period products. And then we can also think about how we address groups of people, because when we do that, our language is much more inclusive. So rather than saying, hey guys, we might say kia ora koutou, or we might say e hoa mā, or hey friends. Young people have way better ways of describing that than me. But I think those simple changes can have a really big impact, and is something that everyone can do. And just creates a bit more visibility about, you know, what are some of the things that we're talking about and who might experience those things.